Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are out on location today rather than being at home inside the office. So today's video, we're looking at the CPI data, the capitulation on cryptos potentially coming in. And yes, we did look at it recently on the channel this week. ADA to new recent lows, and Bitcoin holding around the lows at 19K but has not broken through. S&P 500 new low, NASDAQ new low. So what is going to happen from the CPI data? I wanted to act as if I actually cared about the CPI data, but you guys that have been following me long enough, and I think you should, hit the subscribe and bell notification icon. If I could, I would put my thumbs up, but I'm holding things. CPI data really does not mean that much longer term. The cycle is the cycle. I know that is not a popular opinion for many who need to make life a whole lot more complicated when it comes to their investing. However, hopefully you guys that have been following for long enough understand that the cycle is essentially the cycle. No matter what happens, if it is bad news in a bear market, prices will go down. If it is bad news in a bull market, prices will stagnate and then continue up. So on the one hand, it doesn't really matter. On the other hand, yes, we will see volatility if the data doesn't come out as expected. So we have the forecast for the CPI, we have the actual for the CPI, and so if it's slightly under what the forecast is, might be good for the market and it will jump up a little. If it is slightly over what the forecast is, then yeah, it's going to freak the market out and probably you'll see traders take the short of the market. However, overall, I'm still seeing this as a low period, and yes, I'm going to be saying that for months to come, provided we stay around these levels, hold up the support like we have with the S&P around 3,500, the NASDAQ 10,600, Bitcoin around that 17, 18, 19K, and sure, if we go lower on BTC, no dramas. You know, we've been looking at our buy levels as well. Now for cryptocurrencies, not Bitcoin, but other cryptos, ADA reached new lows, right? We hit 38 cents and the trend is down. So if we get some bad news, it's going to roll that market over more so than other markets because the trend is clearly down and it's broken to new lows. It's much weaker. That's your weak horse. Solana, similar, but it hasn't broken to new lows yet. ETH is higher, sitting around 1280 or so, $1,280, and it's still above its low of 880. So it's in a stronger position, whereas Solana slightly weaker and ADA weaker out of the three. Bitcoin still just holding up there. However, the trend is now uncertain. It has dropped below the previous daily swing low of about 18,900, and so the previous low just in the last 24 hours was about 18,800 or 700. Either way, the days have been down for about 6 or 7 days now. So CPI data, does it really mean too much? Not particularly in the longer term. I know that it would be like, well, you're an idiot, because that's just going to show that if we get more inflation, the rates have to go up. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. This is just part of the cycle, which we looked at in the interview yesterday with Phil Anderson. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave links to it at the end of this video. Basically, 10 out of the last 11 times that rates have increased, property prices have continued up. When property prices continue up, the cycle is still up. Markets need to hold out. They need to form a base, meaning hold out as in they just need to relax for a moment. Take a breath after going up hundreds of a percent in the case of cryptos. And of course, stock market also went up pretty strongly since the pandemic low. And so they need to have a cool off period. Okay, so property is still strong, cycle is still up. Real estate needs a cool off. You need to have profit taking. Remember to always take those profits at the top like we do with cryptos. And for the rest of it, Bitcoin, I still see it. Nothing has really changed. It's still around a bottoming process, still around some lows. Therefore, it's just a matter of time before we start to see it climb back. And Bitcoin, I still believe, is going to be the first to do that. ETH probably the second. And then, of course, you've got your cryptocurrencies, which in the case of ADA is looking weaker. We looked at a capitulation area of approximately 16 cents to about 33 cents. So that's what I see happening over there for ADA. And so the look and the chat about the capitulation data, the CPI for coming out tonight and potential for the cryptocurrency capitulation, should ADA break down, yeah, there's not much support underneath that point. However, for things like Ethereum, we do have a little more support there. But overall, it's a matter of a bottoming process. And if we look back to previous cycles, for example, the Nasdaq, the S&P, these low processes can take months. And we have been looking for a low for October. That was in our October prediction video. Go back and check that out. Of course, I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video. So overall, even with any sort of CPI data that is unfavorable, trends are down. Therefore, we will look towards those lower support levels. Everything is still in play. All of the support levels are still in play at this point. The analysis, as per usual, nothing has changed yet to make me think that we are going to basically, for the stock markets and for property, we're going to basically break down. Nothing has changed in that regard. We're still within the cycle. Bitcoin holding its ground relatively well, but yeah, still okay if it drops into those zones. So yes, that's my buy zones between the 11k and 19k. And for the rest of cryptos, yes, I still think they've got some capitulation to go, especially things like ADA and probably Solana as well. So that's my quick update. I wanted to do it outside. You got the beautiful view here of Burleigh. Hopefully the sound is all right here with my little microphone, and the waves haven't been making too much noise in the background. If you like more of these, let me know. Hit the comments. Go to the comments. Let me know if you want to see some more outside content. I do enjoy making it. It's just I don't have the charts there. But I think for updates like this, where not much has happened and we're sort of waiting on the market to give us that next piece of volatility news, sure, let's go outside. Let's enjoy what we're doing and just enjoy the weather for what it is right now here on the Gold Coast. All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the comment section. Let me know if you do enjoy these ones outside, because I do enjoy making them, as I said. I'll see you in the next video, and go and check out the videos that are popping up right now for more updates and the interview updates with Phil Anderson. All right, guys, thanks again. Peace out.